Get on the ground now!
I'm a federal agent.
No.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground. I'm a federal agent. I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist! Keep your hands up!
Sir!
Who the heck do you think you are acting like this?
Nobody! I wanted you to see my goddamn creds!
For Christ's sake. I'm a fucking federal agent.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's your supervisor's name? If he is an actual police officer, he ought to be ashamed of himself.
Welcome, viewers. Welcome to our channel. On the afternoon of July 7, 2020, the Columbus, Ohio Police Department received a call. A woman reported that a man was knocking on her door and claiming to be a police officer. Since the man wasn't in uniform, but only presented a badge and badge number, the woman doubted his police credentials. To be sure, she called 911 and asked them to verify the officer's identity. After looking up the badge number the woman provided, the dispatcher repeatedly told her not to open the door, and dispatched 2 patrol officers nearby to the scene to investigate. The first one to arrive at the scene. I'm Officer Joseph, 20 years on the force. Hey, turn to your left. Let me see your hands. Turn around. Let me see your hands. I'm Detective O'Brien. Alright, first, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground now. The officer barely got a word out before pulling his gun on the man. Get him down on the ground. Get down. What's wrong with you? Get down on the ground. I'm a federal agent. I'm a federal agent. The man climbing in the rain repeatedly told police he was a federal agent. Get on the ground. I'm not getting on the ground. I'm a federal agent. Then why didn't you show me your ID when I was chasing you? Freeze. Freeze. You didn't ask for my ID then. You didn't ask for my ID in the first place. Get on your knees. We'll sort this out. I will not kneel. Alright, alright, alright. Just because I'm a cop. What's wrong with you? Who do you think you are? Get on your knees. I won't kneel. I have my papers. Keep your hands away from your waist. On one side, the officer asked the man for his ID. Just as the man reached into his pocket for his ID, the officer pointed his gun at him. Freeze. Get down on the ground. Damn it, this is going too far. Did you even look at my file? Put your hands up. Man, do you see what I'm holding? My file. Hands up. Get down. Get on the ground. We see at this point, another officer, Kevin, has arrived on the scene, and he's got his gun drawn on the man, telling him to get on the ground. Kevin also has 20 years on the force. Get down. Get on the ground. Get flat on the ground. The man finally gave in, kneeling and lying face down. My papers are in my left breast pocket. Put your hands behind your back. Don't resist. I'm not resisting, but you look like you are. Wait, wait, wait. Hands up. Wait, I have some health problems. Hurry up, check my papers in my pocket. Don't. Officer Yuming wrestled the man down. Grab his hands. Get ready to cuff him. Despite the man repeatedly shouting, "Federal papers in my pocket," she's still ignoring me. Wait, wait. Bye, officers. You're resisting arrest. I'm not. Can I please show you my papers? They're in my left pocket, please. My papers are. Let me show you. Officer, please help me. Officer, I can't. Officer, stop resisting. I'm required by law to show you my federal credentials. You can shoot him now. No, don't, please don't. Put your right hand behind your back now. Put your right hand behind your back now. Let me breathe. Then, while the man offered no resistance, Officer Joseph pulled out his taser and shot him multiple times in the back. Please, I'm begging you. I'm a federal agent. Oh God, what the hell are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Police, who do you think you are? It's not like I was going to show you my ID. She was totally dumbfounded, I'm telling you. Hello, officers. Back up, sit up. Sit up. Sit up. My ID is in my left pocket. Hurry up, get my ID, come on, get my ID. Then don't do what you just did. Geez, I was just about to show you my ID. You were in the wrong. You should know when you interact with the police, you have to obey their commands. Officer, I was going to. No, you didn't follow our orders. Oh my god, I'm a federal agent. What's your supervisor's name? We found this man does indeed have federal credentials. The man arrested is a special agent with the ATF, a federal agency. ATF stands for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. Firearms and Explosives, which is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, part of the United States Department of Justice, is responsible for investigating and preventing federal offenses involving the unlawful use, manufacture, and possession of firearms and explosives, as well as acts relating to arson and bombings, and the illegal trafficking and tax evasion of alcohol and tobacco products. Special Agent James, the man arrested in this case, has worked for the federal agency for 16 years, and he came here because the husband of the woman who called the police was suspected of illegally purchasing and possessing firearms. He intended to seize Dafa's weapons, but unexpectedly, he himself was treated as a suspect and arrested by the local police. Man, that was a crazy chase. You should be ashamed of yourself. Get up, get up. I don't want to feel ashamed. Get in the police car. Police. Police. Damn it. Oh no, the police have discovered Agent James's true identity. Without a word of apology, they handcuffed him and prepared to put him in the police car. Officer, I want to show you my papers. Get in the car. Why did you make us chase you? I didn't want to run, I wanted. You don't know what you've done. Officer, calm down. Hey man, let's talk calmly. Get in the police car first, then we'll talk. Officer, wait. I gave you a chance. No, I was about to show you my papers, but you wouldn't let me. Get in the police car, now. Please, I need to breathe. Let me breathe a little, let me breathe. I have a medical problem. We're calling you an ambulance. Get your legs inside. Get your legs inside. We're closing the doors. Police, get your legs inside. I need to breathe. Police, please call an ambulance. I need an ambulance. The ambulance is coming. Get in the car. Officer, I don't need an ambulance. It was just a taser. Didn't you just say you needed an ambulance? Get in the car. Officer, I can't breathe. Wait, officer. As soon as Agent James said he was having trouble breathing, officers Joseph and Kevin pulled him, roughly. Wait. My head's stuck. This seatbelt is choking me. Jesus. What the hell? Why are you like this? What do you mean? Officer, if you're really a cop, you should be ashamed of yourself. I was about to show you my federal credentials. Oh my god, I really can't believe this. Officer Joseph is actually yelling at the agent right now. If you're really a cop, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's ironic. The blogger wants to tell Officer Joseph, you're really self-aware. It's unexpected that you understand how the audience feels about you right now. The helicopter is right above us. I think I saw the suspect being put into a police car. Yes, we've put him in the police car. We need a supervisor here. We had to tase him. Copy that. We had to use a taser, so we're waiting for an ambulance. Bow. We tried to persuade him, but he refused to get in the car. If he's really a cop, he should be ashamed of himself. Officer, I don't. You're right, you really have no shame. I was going to show you my federal credentials. Huh. You screwed this up yourself. This is all your fault. When I first arrived, he didn't show his badge. Then he just lay prone, resisting all my commands. The camera recorded everything. No need to argue with him, just let him talk. He might actually be a cop, he has a badge. But he didn't follow any of my orders. I repeatedly asked him to lie prone on the ground, but he wouldn't listen at all, and then we had to tase him. He resisted the entire time. I don't want to get in the police car either. If he really is a cop, then his superiors need to be here too. His entire behavior was recorded on camera. Maybe he was trying to prove his identity. But you know, being a Columbus police officer, hey man, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. I know. He said multiple times, I don't want to get on the ground. I don't want to get on the ground. Okay, that's not okay. You have no idea at that point in time what's going on. If he truly was a solo law enforcement officer, it would feel kind of. It seems he came because the woman's husband bought a shotgun. He came to confiscate it. Her husband was prohibited from owning a firearm. Okay. I understand. Then, the police went to the house of the person Agent James had knocked on. This woman is also the one who just called the police. So, she was the one who called the police, right? Yes. Okay, what did he say to you then? He told me I had to open the door because he was a police officer. I told him I couldn't open the door because my husband wasn't home. Then he told me I had to open the door immediately. Then I said I'm sorry, I can't open the door, I was with my children. My children were about to cry because they were so scared. Okay, did he try to force his way into the house? He kept banging on the door. He said if I didn't open the door, he'd stay out there all night. Okay, great. My boss wants to talk to you. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've done for us. That's outrageous. We still have to deal with racists these days. I told him, if you're really a cop, you should be proud of yourself. About an hour later, Agent James was released, without any charges. Agent James was confused about what he had just experienced. He said, in similar previous situations, local police would usually check his federal credentials. Then, they either assist him in seizing the illegal cannabis, or leave the scene themselves. After this incident, Special Agent James sued the Columbus Police Department, along with officers Joseph and Kevin, who were involved in the arrest, in federal court. The lawsuit states, when Officer Joseph arrived at the scene, Agent James stood in front of the house, and signaled for Joseph to come to him. Agent James raised his hands, and said he was a federal agent. Officer Joseph immediately drew his gun, and pointed it at the agent. He yelled at him to get on the ground. Joseph kept his gun pointed at the agent for over 90 seconds. Then I jumped on his back with Kevin, and twisted hard, pulling his arm. Handcuff him. Agent James's actions were completely legal and by the book. They posed no danger to Officer Joseph and Kevin, or anyone else. Agent James did not resist these officers, didn't try to run, and I didn't commit any acts of aggression. So, the Columbus Police Department and several officers are accused of abuse of power and unlawful arrest. This body camera footage, as soon as it was released, immediately sparked outrage. Many netizens think the woman who called the police was also very clever. Her husband, Darfa, was being arrested by federal agents, but he called 911 himself, causing local police to arrive and arrest the federal agents who were on duty. This laughably absurd incident perfectly reflects the chaos of the entire American law enforcement system. Some netizens also said that Officer Joseph had only exchanged a few words with the agents before he pulled his gun, pointed it at his head, and yelled at him to get down. Within seconds, he pointed his gun again, demanded identification, then pointed his gun again and told him to keep his hands out of his pockets. Finally, he even blamed the agents for not showing their identification sooner. This entire law enforcement process appeared extremely unprofessional, and during the operation, officers Joseph and Kevin were shouting. It's clear they overreacted. They weren't calm enough, while Officer James was lying prone on the ground, and not posing any threat. The officer still used a taser on him. This certainly involves excessive force. Finally, some netizens sarcastically remarked that Officer Joseph treated Agent James. I've said it more than once. If you are indeed a law enforcement officer, you should be ashamed of this. Every time I say it, I feel like I'm slapping myself in the face, a very painful slap. I'm ashamed of my 20 years in the police force. What are your thoughts on this case? Leave your comments below.